Welcome to All Things Considered, where all conversations are considered tea.
We're going to be giving you our opinions on all things alleged in these streets.
I'm Marco, this is Aramis. We gonna get into it.
Okay, so today's first topic, Kenneth Petty's alleged accuser finally speaks out. Like, we actually get to see her face.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about how Nicki Minaj is wrapped into this again. I'm not going to go too much into Nicki Minaj because this really is Kenneth Petty's case and situation, but we can't be oblivious to the fact that Nicki Minaj is married to this man.
And playing a part of it.
Right.
In the current day. So,
as we all know, it has been alleged. Well, I don't even want to say alleged because this man actually did time for this assault. So apparently, Kenneth Petty allegedly assaulted this woman years ago while they were teenagers, and we all know the story. And it's kind of been resurfacing because he married Nicki Minaj and had a child with her recently, and he failed to register as a sex offender this year in the state of California. So, that's illegal. That can get him sent back to jail. And the person that accused him of raping her has been silent. I wouldn't say silent per se, because there have been times where she's called into different, YouTube channels, podcasts, or whatever, and given her side. But now that we actually see her face, she got a chance to sit on The View, show her face. And now that we put a voice to the face, I feel like half of the interviews that we were hearing this whole time were not even real. Now that I'm hearing her voice, I'm like, was that even the voice that I heard or have been hearing this whole time? Now, her face is very important, only because with the allegations surfaced or resurfaced per se, Nicki Minaj did say that she was a white woman. So to see Jennifer Hughes, that's the lady's name, to see her as a black woman, it definitely made me
mixed.
Right. She looks mixed.
She's Latina and black,
but she's definitely not white. You know what I'm saying? And to see that, it kind of made me side eye the whole situation, because why lie about something so small? Why? It's something so small. So it got me side eyeing everything else about everything else that's coming up. In the interview with The View, Jennifer Hughes says that Nicki Minaj's camp and team have been trying to silence her by bribing her $20,000, $50,000, fly her and her family out, all of these things, and she's denied everything. Jennifer Hughes has had to move multiple times to escape people.
Since the incident.
Right, multiple times to escape people trying to get her to silence herself, basically, or to deny, or to do whatever she can to make Kenneth Petty look better.
Yeah.
And honestly, in my honest opinion, I'm really disappointed in Nicki Minaj. I won't say that I'm mad at her or whatever. She's grown, and we do things all the time as adults that aren't technically good or whatever. But I feel like this is one of those things where it's just girl, what are you doing? This ain't no new accusation. This is not somebody that you recently married and then these accusations are coming up and you I know my husband, he would never you knew this before you married him.
Yeah.
You married this man knowing that he was having to register as a sexual assault person every single year for the rest of his life. You knew that before you gave him a child. You knew that. And if these accusations are true that you and your team are trying to silence her, I'm very ashamed of you as a fan, as a woman, as a person. This is crazy. And when I watched that interview, she wasn't very emotional. To me, Jennifer Hughes just looked really just tired.
Yeah.
She looked real over it, tired, she had just cried already.
Right. This happened back in the 90s. And to be honest, it's something that still haunts her to this day. And I don't know what I would do in that situation. There's a lot of people in that situation who are dealing with people who are not famous, who are not notable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're killing themselves, and they're literally they don't see any hope. There are people who are running away with nothing, no money. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to escape situations like that. And she even said, you know, when it happened, her family didn't believe her. She ended up leaving New York. Yeah. She ended up moving just to try to escape everything and start over. And she's always found herself moving just to feel secure and safe. And here we go again. Like you said, he marries Nicki Minaj. She gives him a baby. This whole thing comes up
again. It resurfaces because it's like Nicki Minaj. Like, we're going to look into this man.
And the fact is, you know, her saying that Nicki and the camp have been trying to pay her off and trying to bribe her. These allegations are not new. We have literally been hearing this for months.
Yeah.
For months.
She just finally sat down on national TV with her face and said it for the first time, and that's why she has all of our attention. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, we're not gonna call ourselves Barbs or whatever. We definitely are Nicki Minaj fans.
Yeah, original fans. Yeah.
We're adults. And we like accountability. We take accountability for stuff that we do in our real life, and we would like Nicki Minaj to take accountability for these things if they are true. And honestly, there are some things she needs to take accountability for, like knowingly marrying a rapist. I'm sorry to even be that blunt, but this man has a rape charge. So, like...
And no matter what story he fed you, whatever he told you, it's not, you know, it's not about the personal details, because they, at the end of the day, don't matter. You, with this status, being the person that you are, you have hundreds of millions of people looking at you and looking up to you, and you are literally telling those same girls that you said you doing this for, you know what I'm saying? Fuck you. Yeah. I'm happy. I want to be happy. I finally want a family, and that's fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But why not do your research and actually go into that with somebody who is, you know what I'm saying, whether you love them or not, whether they love you or not going to tear down your legacy. Now you have to spend the rest of your career trying to right somebody else's wrongs in the public eye.
Is it worth it? That's my question for you, Nicki. Is it worth it to stay with this man
and at this point
and face all of the backlash? And you spent so many years building this empire.
And waiting.
You built this empire for 10 plus years just to have this man with his own past, his own empire that he done tore up, walk into your life, marry you, you give him a child, and look at how it's like backfiring on you. Like, is it really worth it? And I mean, honestly, if the answer is yes, who am I? If the answer is yes, sit back and enjoy it. I'm not here to ruin Nicki Minaj's happiness at all. Like, if you happy, if that's really where you want to be, and you really genuinely don't care about what's going on and what he's kind of causing, then fuck it. Like, what can we do? But don't tell us to be quiet as fans. Don't tell us that we tripping as fans. Don't do none of that, because
we are people who can think for ourselves.
We're people. We're grown. We've grown up with Nicki Minaj, and you can't just do things and expect people to just sit back and not react. When you're in the public light, that's just what it is. And when you're doing something good and we're reacting positively, you appreciate that. Yeah. So the moment that we start getting real with you and stuff, I'm gonna need you to appreciate that too. And that's all I'm gonna say.
And anybody who want to drop down in the comments, y'all have a field day down there, please.
Yes, because we already know how to bar to get. Like,
just don't forget to hit that like button.
This ain't that. This video is not for that. We're not gonna argue with no bar.
Okay? We don't tolerate Nicki hate or slander. So let's just establish that.
This is Nicki accountability.
Yes.
This is what this is. Like,
and a lot of
if
people
you are too dense to handle that, go ahead and click off, because we will not be arguing with anybody in the comments about this, because this is just too black and white to argue about. Period.
All right, guys. Up next, we have Miss Jeannie Mai and Jeezy. So, of course, they are pregnant. We all know this is no surprise or no secret.
Very happy for her, by the way.
Okay, but there is a little bit of controversy. So, for those of you who know of Jeannie Mai and have been watching her on The Real for years, you know that she, has not been a fan of having children.
Yes.
She was very vocal about not wanting kids. And a lot of people came out and said their opinion was that she just didn't want to have kids with the person that she was with. It's interesting that was the consensus, because we currently have some drama going on.
Yeah, right now she's pregnant with Jeezy's baby, and her ex-husband Freddie has given his opinion on the pregnancy, which I don't really know why. I don't know if anyone asked him.
It doesn't matter.
I know he called her trash. He said he upgraded from trash to treasure a while ago. So, in my opinion, if you don't care about something, then don't comment on it. The fact that you decide to say not only I don't care, but
you
that
disrespected
it's
her.
clear that you care.
You blatantly went out your way to disrespect.
You care. That's clear.
Yeah.
So
you're mad that it's not you because you wanted children with her. She didn't want children with you.
Yeah.
Black and white. That's what it was. And when she decided to move on, she found a man that was going to love her for who she was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And do you know, like, she revealed that in this relationship with Jeezy, she has gone through IVF, she's miscarried, and now she's finally pregnant. These are things that she wasn't even attempting
to do with you.
To do with her last husband. And sometimes it's not always like, I don't want to. It's like, I don't want to with you. Mm-hmm. And so, and I mean, looking for what it is. As soon as they divorced, he got some woman pregnant and is still with her. Like, immediately.
And that's fine.
And I mean, if you guys are happy, that's fine. But all I'm saying is, she took her path, he took his path, and she's happy, and the world is very happy for her. So honestly, she literally said in the on the reel that when she realized that she was kind of getting older and still didn't really want kids, she decided to freeze her eggs. And when she froze her eggs, her family and Freddie and everyone else got excited. Now, mind you, she did this in her last marriage. Everybody was getting excited, but even she was like, that doesn't mean I'm like saying I'm ready. It just means like when I am, like I'll have them because I know I'm gonna age out eventually. And yeah, it just never happened. And I guess she ended up going back to those eggs with Jeezy, and I guess, you know, she was just setting up for something different for herself. So we're very, very happy for her, and we hope that this pregnancy is a great pregnancy.
Listen, this is just a life lesson to all of y'all out there. If you are in a situation that is not working and you have tried everything else, you know what I'm saying? Let it be. God is going to put you right where you need to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And in her case, she wasn't trying because she didn't want that. It's a lot of people who will sit in that situation and continuously try to have a baby with somebody to get them to stay. You get what I'm saying? The other side of that. Let that go. Because soon enough, you will find somebody who will love you for you. Someone who will give you the world. Someone who will literally, you know what I'm saying, only want that with you. It just speaks for itself.
Okay, so our last topic of the day, we're just going to be following up on the topic from, one of the topics from our last video, which was the stalker ring bell dude, our stalker ring bell friend. And I don't really want to call him friend because I would never associate with anyone like him, especially after the evidence that we found.
Okay,
after the evidence that we found, I would never associate with somebody like him.
Okay.
First of all, get a ring bell. If you are a single woman, get a ring bell. Just
even
like
this woman.
Right, even if you're not. That woman in this video was a single woman. Get that.
Children.
Because in our last video, we said it may have saved her life, but now we know it did save her life.
In fact, yeah.
So, what do we find out about him?
So, listen, first off, number one, his name is Dalvin Jones. And that video, and like we said, there was a second part of the video. I linked the first part of the video, and you can actually go to that last video, and it's going to be in the description on this one. You can go over to Mama Ash Talk. She has a video up showing the original video, showing the police coming in, the woman talking to the police. She also has the video up of his response that went not as viral, but you know, it still circulated. And then there was another video of some neighborhood guys confronting him as well on that video. So what ended up happening was the woman in the video went to the police. She had the police call. They came, and long story short, they told her get a gun. They told her you need to protect yourself. If he comes in, you have every right to, you know, take care of business, do what you got to do. And the saddest part is they know exactly who the guy is. They know where he is. She lives on the top floor. He's on the bottom floor. It's not even his apartment. It's just a whole lot of BS.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't trying to get a phone back. That whole story was debunked in Mama Ash Talk's video. He was, you know, all of these different things that he said were just blatant lies. And you can even tell at the end of her video the clip where the guys from the neighborhood were talking to him, he was literally just scared for his life because
when I watched that, in my opinion, he came off real slow. Like, he came off as someone
not
that
to be
was
disrespectful.
like, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying, like, he came off as somebody that's like mentally delayed a little bit. Like,
but either
like
way,
he'll talk to anybody that walk past him, and like, I feel like maybe one day he was just feeling extra.
Well, not even just that, but the guys in the video said, well, we fuck with you because you go to the store for us. They don't really fuck with him. They just using him for what he can do.
That's why I feel like he's a little slow.
And they made it
because
very clear.
He's not a kid. He's a grown man.
He's a grown man
going to the store for people. You see what I'm saying?
True. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Just that whole approach and how he was looking for her car and how he was persistent at her doorbell and how he even said in the second video that, you know, I noticed that she was lying to me, she was capping. The verbiage and just how he was talking, like
I think he was just saying anything to sound cool in the moment and to not get beat up by the neighborhood boys. I think that he was slow, and I think that of all the men that could have came to her door, he was definitely like lower on the radar as far as threat level, but it's still a threat. Like, he still should not have had that much access to you to like where he knew exactly where you lived and like this is how he talked to you. Like, if anything, he should have just stayed outside and waited for you to walk out the apartment for whatever errand he was about to run. Because let's be honest, if a man that lives in a complex with you thinks that you're attractive or whatever and thinks that it's invasive to just show up at your door, what are his options? You know,
wait for you to come outside.
That is his only option. Because especially if we just live together, because if you show up anywhere else, like my job or anything like that, and I know you from the complex, I'm going to immediately think you following me. So your only option is to catch me outside. The mailbox, the trash can, walk to the car, the parking lot, those are your options. You do not come to my door, and if you don't catch me, then it's just not meant to be. So honestly, like that's why I say I feel like he's just a little bit slow and delayed because it did not click. Like, he felt like he was doing the right thing. Like, he was like, oh, like, you saw his energy. Oh, she really going, you know, I'm going to tell her to play basketball. I'm in the G League. Like, he not thinking about it's 8 in the morning and you just showing up at this girl's door. Like, it's not even crossing his mind. And, like, that's one of the things that kind of set off a red flag, that he seemed kind of slow. And then the fact that the ring bell, he was talking through it the entire time. Like, I feel like an actual threat,
to be honest,
would not have done that.
I have to disagree at a certain point. I don't want to sit here and just say that he's, you know, just incompetent, that he doesn't know what he's doing. Because I actually, and if I find the clips after, you know, this, I'll put them in. But there were several text messages and DMs and all types of evidence from women just in general coming out and saying, you know, this was him trying to get at me. This was how persistent he was. I was telling him no. One girl was like, I gave him my number just trying not to get shot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
Just feeling like he was going to attack me. I just gave him my number and he has not left me alone since.
That's interesting. So because I didn't get aggressive vibes from the video. If anything, I got like, I get a hug every single day vibes. That's the vibes that I got. But if that is the track record of him, then okay. Like,
there's a problem.
Threat level.
There's a problem.
But you already, like, that's the problem right there. We don't know the track level of these dudes when they showing up to our doors. Like, I can't just look at you and then see all the accusations you may or may not have. So that's why I said, regardless of where he is on a threat scale, it's still a threat. So get a doorbell, get a ring bell, get a gun like the police said, and do what you have to do. And unfortunately, like, I don't think that he was all the way there, and I kind of feel like the backlash and the guys ganging up on him and all that is kind of making him like scared and everything else. But at the same time, if he is this dude that the girls are saying he is, then he deserves everything that's coming to him. That's how I'm feeling. Because, like, if the police not gonna do nothing about it, we just watched her go to the police.
We watched the police
it in the neighborhood boys' hands. Are you not?
If you go to that video on Mama Ash Talking Again, it's down in the description. You will see the police show up to her door, the conversation she had with them. You will see her go to the leasing office. You will see her go to the police office. Everybody said there is nothing we can do. The police office even told her to her face, man, we can't predict the future.
So you're really just putting it in the hands of these neighborhood boys. So personally, I would, just like her, would have been nice to him through the ring bell, because you never know, like, you raise your voice, you be mean or aggressive or anything, and you give him a reason to kick this door down, right? So I've been just as nice as just like wave every time I see him, head down, and keep going, like, until it becomes an actual threat, because he gets shot in the ankle, in the foot, anywhere else, like, you're getting shot. So
there you have it, folks. Don't show the people door.
All right, y'all. Thanks y'all for watching. Make sure y'all come see us in our next upload. Make sure y'all comment down below, and make sure y'all subscribe, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.